A financial watchdog group, Washington-based Global Financial Integrity, says astounding sums of money are extracted every year from African, Asian, and Latin American nations. GFI's new report says that in 2011, some $947 billion was taken out of these countries through what it calls illicit capital outflows. GFI Director Raymond Baker says the 10-year total is even more staggering.
Over the decade, from 2002 to 2011, we're talking about $5.9 trillion that have moved out of the developing countries. And nothing is so harmful as this loss of capital to the poorer countries of the world.
GFI's report says China tops the list for that decade with just over $1 trillion in illegal outflows. Russia was second with $880 billion. Mexico came in third with nearly $462 billion extracted. The highest-ranked African nation was Nigeria at 10th with more than $142 billion. Different corrupt practices contribute to these illicit capital outflows, says Alex Cobham of the Center for Global Development in London.
Partly it's about the proceeds of crime, and that's the laundering, particularly of drugs, drug proceeds, and the proceeds of human trafficking. But it's also corruption itself, which, the theft of state assets, that tends to be a very small component. The largest component on almost all of the estimates we have for almost all of the countries is commercial tax evasion.
Both Baker and Cobham say that tax evasion is largely accomplished through something called mispricing of trade, undervaluing minerals, goods, and other exports to tax authorities. Mispricing of trade also provides an avenue of corruption through false invoices providing kickbacks. Sub-Saharan Africa is especially hit hard by illicit capital extraction. GFI's report says that in 2011, that region lost 5.7% of its gross domestic product, largely through tax avoidance done by mispricing natural resources and manufactured goods. Global Financial Integrity's director says developed nations must take the lead to reduce the massive extraction of capital that keeps some states and their people impoverished.
The short answer to curtailing the problem of illicit financial flows is transparency, greater transparency in the global financial system. This means get rid of disguised corporations. This means automatically exchanging tax information across borders. This means companies reporting their sales and profits and taxes paid in every jurisdiction where they're in business.
Baker and others say that if developing nations could get their fair share from what is produced and extracted, they would have much more money to spend on public health, schools, housing, and other essential needs. Jeffrey Young, VOA News.